Welcome to IB 360. In this video, we will solve some problems. The first problem is, in a class of 30 students, 19 play tennis, 3 play both tennis and volleyball, and 6 do not play either sport. So first we have to find the value of t. So t basically, t plus 3 equals to 19. As from here we can know 19 play tennis. So the complete set, this complete set is playing tennis. So t plus 3 equals to 19. So from here we are getting t equals to 16. The second question is, find the value of v. To find the value of v, we will add all the values and we will deduct it from the complete number of students. So t plus 3 plus v plus 6 equals to 30. So from here you can get t equals to 16 plus 3 plus v plus 6 equals to 30. From here we can deduct it, that is 25 plus v equals to 30. So we can get v equals to 5. So v equals to 5 and t equals to 16. This is a very simple question of set theory. So t equals to 16 and v equals to 5. In the next question, we will discuss about the probability of on these numbers. So for next question, find the probability that a randomly selected student from the class plays tennis or volleyball but not both. So we will exclude this only. We will exclude this only, and after that we will find the probability. So it is also a very simple problem. So t equals to 16 and v equals to 5. So to find the probability is 16 plus 5 divided by total number of students, 30 students. So divided by 30. So equals to 21 divided by 30. So it is basically 7 and it is 10. So 7 divided by 10. So this is the answer for the 1b. That is 7 by 10. This is the probability. We all know that one more tip from this question, probability, how you will ensure that your probability answer is correct. The value of probability must lie in between 0 and 1. So you have to remember this. So obviously this is less than 1. So that's why our probability answer is correct up to the syntax level. So now we will move toward the second question. The second question is, the following diagram shows a triangle ABC and AC is given, BC is given, and ABC is given as theta, and also it is given angle CAB, this angle, to be root 3 by 2. Sine of this angle is to be root 3 by 3. So let us solve this problem. To solve this problem, we will use this property, that is sine A by A equals to sine B by B equals to sine C by C. So we will basically use this property. So here this is one angle, and the thing is, if I am giving you one example. If this angle is A, then the opposite side will be considered here. So opposite side is 15, so that will be considered here. So we will write the formula like this, like sine theta divided by the opposite side to theta is 15. So divided by 15 equals to, then we will write this angle, that is sine of angle CAB. So sine angle CAB divided by sine angle CAB is this angle, so opposite side of this is 10. So divided by 10. So divided by 10, and here you can get the answer from the both this part. So sine theta divided by 15 equals to, the value of sine angle CAB is root 3 by 3. So we will put here root 3 by 3 into 10 here. So from here we are getting sine theta equals to root 3 into 15 divided by 3 into 10. So sine theta equals to root 3 by 2. Sine theta equals to root 3 by 2. So it is very simple problem. The first problem is done. Find the value of sine theta. It is done. Now we will move towards the second question. That is, find cos 2 of angle CAB. Cos 2 of angle CAB, we have to find that. So here the theory what we will apply, it is cos 2 theta is equals to cos square theta minus sine square theta. It is also equals to 2 cos square theta minus 1 and again 1 minus 2 sine square theta. From these three formulas, we have to apply only one. So here we have the sine theta value. We have sine theta to be root 3 by 2. So obviously for finding this, we will use this thing. So this is sine not theta, it is CAB, that is root 3 by 3. So we will use this formula to find this angle. So the question is, find cos 2 into CAB, and it will be 1 minus 2 sine square sine CAB angle and complete square. So 1 minus 2 into, the value is root 3 by 3 root 3 by 3 whole square, so equals to 1 minus 2 into 3 by 9, it is equals to 1 minus 6 by 9. So the value is 1 by 3. So the value of cos 2 into CAB, angle CAB, it will be 1 by 3. So this is also another simple problem. Now the third problem. It is very interesting problem. Let fx equals to root over 12 minus 2x, x less than equal to a. The following diagram shows part of the graph f, that shaded region is enclosed by the graph f, the x-axis and y-axis. It is given like this. So the thing is, in this thing, find the value of a. Here you can see the intersecting point is a comma 0. So obviously for the value of y, the independent variable value is 0. So at x equals to 0, at x equals to a, the value of y is 0. At x equals to a, the value of y is 0. So we will write in this way, f of x equals to root over 12 minus 2x, x less than equals to a. So the value of this function will be 0 at a point. So 0 equals to root over 12 minus 2a. So after doing square in both the sides, we are getting 12 minus 2a equals to 0. So we are getting 12 equals to 2a, and we are getting a equals to 6. So the value of a is 6. Value of a is 6. The next question is find the volume of the solid formed when the shaded region is revolved 360 degree about the x-axis. So the theory that we will apply here, if any region that is revolved 360 degree about the x-axis, to find the volume, the formula is v equals to, I am writing here, v equals to pi a to b y square dx, where a is the value of, it is like a is from a to b, a is from a to b, x is from a to b, and this is the formula to find the volume. So again we will do this. So v equals to, now we are giving the value, v equals to 0 to 6. As you can see, the value of this is from 0 to 6, as we have already deducted a to be 6. So it is from 0 to 6, as the value of a is 6. So 0 to 6, then root over 12 minus 2x whole square dx. So from here we are getting pi 0 to 6, 12 minus 2x, so 12 minus 2x dx. So from the property of integral calculus, we are getting that is 12x minus 2 into x square by 2. It is from 0 to 6. So pi 12x minus x square 0 to 6. So the value is pi 72 minus 36 equals to 36 pi. So the answer, the volume, find the volume of the solid formed when the shaded region is revolved 360 degree above the x-axis. The answer will be 36 pi. Now one thing is, whenever you are doing integral, then you have to remember that what you have deducted from the first equation, that is the value of x, the value of x or the range of x that is varying from one point to another point. After that we can go to this problem only. Okay, so this is the problem. It was a very simple problem. Here what we have used, we have just used the property of x dx, like I am giving a example here, x dx, so x square by 2, that I have used here. So basically here will be c because it is not definite integral, so I am using c. So basically what I have used here is this, and if it is 12, so again what I have used here, let normal dx equals to x plus c. So as it is uh, as it is not definite integral, so the integral constant must be there. As it is definite integral, so no integral constant is needed. So in this way the answer is 36 pi, the volume is 36 pi. Okay, so now we will move towards the fourth question. The fourth question is also a very interesting question. Fx equals to a log 3x minus 4 for x greater than 4 where a greater than 0. Point A 13,7 lies on the graph of f. So from this question we are getting 13,7. So we are obviously getting, for the value of x equals to 7, the value of y is 13, or we can say fx is 13. So from here we will do the complete for x equals to 13, sorry, for x equals to 13 the value of y is 7. So from here we will get this formula. So fx equals to a log base 3 x minus 4 for all x greater than 4. Now we will use fx, the value of fx is 7. So 7 equals to a log 3, the value of x is 13 minus 4. So from here we are getting 7 equals to a log 3 and the value is 9. So now we just have to find out this answer only. After that our problem will be solved. Like log 3 base 3 9, it is basically what is the power is equals to x. So basically 3 to the power x equals to 9. So from here we are getting x to be 2. So 7 equals to a into 2. So a equals to 7 by 2. So the value of a is 7 by 2. Find the value of a, that is 7 by 2. Now for the second problem, it is given like the x-intercept of the graph of x is 5, 0. So if the value of x is 5, here I am writing, if the value of x is 5, then fx is 0, and this is our first case. And from the second case we are getting, if the value of x is 13, then value of y is 7. So we will find out these 2 points. First, if x equals to 5, then fx equals to 0, or I am writing here y equals to, and here fx equals to. So from here you are getting, if x equals to 5, this point, if x equals to 5, then y equals to 0. So complete this point is there. Now we are finding out the next point, that is if x equals to 13, then y equals to 7. So y equals to 7 line is this, and x equals to 13, so this point, and this point. Now one thing that we have to remember, that is for x greater than 4 only this is valid. So the asymptote line will be, I am writing the asymptote line. Now the asymptote line will be the asymptote line will be from on 4. This is the line for 5 and the asymptote line will be on 4. This is the asymptote line. It means the graph will not touch. The graph will not touch this asymptote line. It will try to touch, but it will not touch the asymptote line. It is very important because in log we cannot get 0 in the case. So that's why it will not touch the asymptote line, and it will go from these points only. So the graph will be like this. It will not touch the asymptote line, and after that it will take a flat movement. So in this way the graph will be this. Again you can see here I am giving one arrow as if like it is meeting in the infinity, but it will not touch. This is the asymptote line at 4 because at x equals to 4 the value will be 0. X minus 4 equals to 0, so x equals to 4. At x equals to 4 the inside log value will be 0. That's why it is our asymptote line, and by this way we are getting the curve. This was also very fundamental question. If you know the how log graph is there and the simple property of asymptote, then you can draw this. Now the fifth question, let fx equals to minus x square plus 4x plus 5 and gx equals to minus fx plus k. So find the values of k so that gx equals to 0 has no real roots. So this is a very simple question. We will do it like this. So first of all, gx is equals to minus of fx plus k. So the value of gx is minus of fx. Fx is given here. So minus x square plus 4x plus 5 plus k. So from here we are getting minus x square so minus and minus plus, then 4x plus 5, then minus 4x minus 5 plus k. So this is our equation, this is our quadratic equation. So from quadratic equation, if we are trying to get the value of no real roots or find out the value in no real roots, then we have to consider the discriminant. So the value of discriminant is b square minus 4ac, and we know that if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then there will be no real roots. So from here we will deduct the values, that is a equals to 1, b equals to minus 4, and c equals to minus 5 plus k. So now we will find out this. So b square minus 4ac less than 0. So we are getting b to be minus 4 whole square minus 4 into a value is 1 into c value is minus 5 plus k less than 0. So from here we are getting 16 plus 20 minus 4k less than 0. From here we are getting 36 minus 4k less than 0. So 36 less than 4k or 4k greater than 36. So from here getting k greater than 9. So this is the answer. So find the values of k. So k is basically greater than 9. You have to write it. K is greater than 9. So in this way the problem will be there. So the theory that we have applied here is the discriminant. It is very important. So another thing related to this question I will tell you, that is if b square minus 4ac equals to 0, then we will get the first case. It is the first case. You can get all these questions also. That's why I am discussing this part. This is a very simple part. If b square minus 4ac equals to 0, then we will get two equal real roots. If b square minus 4ac greater than 0, then we will get two distinct real roots. And if for the third case, that is the case we have discussed here, b square minus 4ac less than 0, then we will get no real roots. Now keep one thing in mind, the real, this word is very important. No real root. This is very important. Two equal real root. This is very important. The word real is very important because many students do one mistake, that is if b square minus 4ac less than 0, then they write no roots. It is not like that. You have studied that for any equation that is to be ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is not equals to 0, it will satisfy a quadratic equation. So if the degree is 2, there must be two roots. But we are not defining like it will be real or complex. It will be real or complex. So the thing is, here you have to write if b square minus 4ac less than 0, then we will find no real roots. This line is very important. I think you have understood that part. Now, the graph of a function a passes through the point ln 4, 20. ln 4, ln, this represents the natural logarithm. This represents the natural log. So we will find this. So f dash x, it is given as like this. F dash x equals to 6 e to the power 2x. We know one thing, that is, if f dash x equals to 6 e to the power 2x, then we can write obviously f of x to be the integration of 6 e to the power 2x dx. It is very simple, 6 e to the power 2x dx. So this is the constant term, so 6 integration e to the power 2x dx. So 6 into e to the power 2x divided by 2, we are getting is from this formula, e to the power ax dx. If we give the integration, so e to the power ax divided by a plus c. C is the integral constant we have to give because it is not a definite integral. So from here and c. So here c is the integral constant. This is the integral constant. So from here we are getting 3 e to the power 2x plus c. It is fx. Now we have to find out the value of c. We have to find out the value of c. Now we can see that for the value of, if x equals to ln 4, then y equals to 20, and y is basically nothing but fx. So from here we will deduct the next. We will deduct c. So if fx equals to 20, then we can write 20 equals to 3 e to the power 2 ln 4 3 e to the power 2 ln 4 plus c. A ln b equals to ln b to the power a. So we will use the property here. So 20 equals to 3 e to the power ln 4 to the power 2 plus c. So from here we will get 20 equals to 3 e to the power ln 16 plus c. C is the integral constant. So from here we are getting 3. Now e to the power ln is basically, e to the power ln x is basically nothing but x. So we will get 16 plus c. So 20 equals to 48 plus c. From here we are getting 20 minus 48 equals to c. So we are getting c to be minus 28. So c is minus 28. If c is minus 28, then we will find fx. Now the final fx is 3 e to the power 2x minus 28. This is our fx. This has been asked in the question. So this is the fx answer. Let's solve the question number 7. So in this question it is given, consider two particles P1 and P2 which start to move at the same time. Particle P1 moves in a straight line such that its displacement from a fixed point is given by s t equals to 10 minus 7 by 4 t square for t greater than equals to 0. So for this, to find out the velocity, it is basically equals to v of t, that is nothing but d dt of s of t. So just we have to differentiate that. So the value is 10 minus 7 by 4 t square. So ddt of constant term is 0 minus 7 by 4 into 2t. So this is the result after derivation. So here, so the answer is minus 7 by 2t. So this is the velocity. Velocity is minus 7 by 2t. Velocity is minus 7 by 2t. Now we have to get particle P2. Particle P2 also moves in a straight line. The position of P2 is given by. So this is the second problem, and the second problem I will discuss in the next slide. But the velocity is minus 7 by 2t. This is the answer of the first question. That is 7 by 2t. Now the second question. For second question we have r equals to minus 1 6 plus t 4 minus 3. It is the position. It is the position. Now to find the speed, we have to differentiate it. Differentiate it with respect to t. So ddt of the complete term, that is minus 1 6 plus t 4 minus 3. This is the complete term. So now if we differentiate a normal term with in a vector form, if we differentiate that, we will only get the t related term. So that after differentiating we will get 4 minus 3 as the derivative. So the value of speed is root over 4 square plus minus 3 whole square. So it is basically 16 plus 9 equals to 5. So this is the speed of P2, and speed of P1 is nothing but 10 minus 7 by 4 into t square, where t is greater than equals to 0. Now t is greater than equals to 0. Now P1 is here and P2 is here. In question we have been asked P1 is greater than P2. This is the condition. So if P1 is greater than P2, then this term 10 minus 7 by 4 t square must be greater than 5. 10 minus 7 by 4 t square greater than equals to 5. It must be greater than 5. So to satisfy this, it is written as t greater than equals to 0. So obviously t square will be greater than equals to 0. If it is like that, t square equals to greater than equals to 0, so the first value will be 0. So at t equals to 0, we have 10 minus 0 greater than 5. Yes, it is satisfying the equation. So t equals to 0 can be a value. T equals to 0 can be a value. Then again we are taking the next value at t equals to 1. At t equals to 1 we are again taking the value. So 10 minus 7 by 4. So basically it is 40 minus 7 divided by 4. Yes, it is also greater than 5. So it is also satisfactory. Then t equals to 2 we are taking. At t equals to 2, it is 10 minus 7, that is 3, that is less than 5. So t equals to 2 cannot be there. So the value of t that we can take is t equals to 0 and t equals to 1. So obviously t equals to 0 and t equals to 1 we can get. T equals to 0 and t equals to 1. So now the thing is, when t greater than q, so t must be greater than q. T must be greater than q. So the value of t is 0, 1, that must be greater than q. So the least value of t is 0. So q is minus 1. in integer form. So in this way you can get the answer of, find the value of q is -1.